It is so good to be with you on this beautiful Sunday afternoon for this launch of our Potomac Partnership annual campaign, including, of course, our congregation Fairfax.
Yes, I'm Reverend Kristen Green, the Assistant Minister for Congregational Life, and it is really good to be kicking off another new year.
We wanted to talk a little bit about resilience because it has been an incredibly difficult 2 years, and we've done some things that have showed enormous resilience.
And the volunteers that have stepped forward and taken up responsibilities in our religious education program to keep it running, and the children who have shown us resilience, playing outside in the cold weather, not complaining. It's been really a lesson.
And inspirational. And for those of you who don't know, and some of you don't, there was an idea to hold a food drive, and the food drive extended out over the last year and a half, and we've brought in over 50,000 pounds of food needed for families throughout the DMV, and that's had an impact both, I think, on our resilience as well as the resilience, hopefully, of our community. We also have done other social justice things that have become necessary over the course of the last year.
I remember my first week on the job was the incident on January 6th, and we pulled together a prayer vigil in no time at all, just really needing to mark that with ritual and fellowship.
Also, as part of the social justice work that we've been doing for years, our Racial Justice Steering Committee has been working on, of course, issues of race in the eighth principle. Well, we passed the eighth principle this year. Yay, all of our congregations actually passed the eighth principle in our Potomac Partnership this year. And because of the changing political climate in Virginia, we've showed amazing resilience and put together in a very short period of time our Teaching Truth panel about CRT in the schools, and put together some wonderful partnerships of accountability in that panel discussion. And that's just a launching point for this pledge of curriculum we hope to create that will teach inclusive histories in the schools.
This kind of teamwork is going to make our children resilient and our grandchildren resilient, and I'm especially proud of the Teaching Truth event.
I mean, that's actually a really good point, Kristen. It's not just about this generation and how we're dealing with all of this, but our children will be deeply affected by this. And what we hope is that the actions that we are all showing together and we're all undertaking is something that they will learn from and help us all be resilient as we move forward in time. As Kristen mentioned before, the religious education program had to pivot because they had to get online, and we haven't had vaccines for the children until fairly recently. And they did, and our teachers, amazing resilience from our teachers, our parents, our volunteers.
Our Christmas pageant this year was outstanding. I have never...
And outside.
And outside. I've never had an experience like that. I was able to pet a llama or an alpaca, I think, and see baby Jesus at the same time.
Yes, they put together an outside pageant. The staff put together an outside pageant. They worked with many volunteers. There were stations all around. They did a tour where they toured people through Bethlehem and the story. Another example of resilience in our congregation, how to be creative in difficult times.
Somehow, our arts and music programs have been able to stay connected in really wonderful ways with meaningful spiritual practices and sharing their work with one another. I'm just so impressed by the ways that the arts have helped us stay connected. The joy has helped us stay connected. You know, the through line I keep hearing here is that we never could have done any of this ministry, this pandemic ministry, without all of them. Yeah.
We've had to figure out how to do this together. I mean, our mission is to transform ourselves, each other, and the world through acts of love and justice. And this, for me, has been a transformational time for this congregation. And that is showing true resilience in a time where all the rules changed. All the rules changed, and we've worked hard to pivot and to find ways to be a community of connection, love, and depth.